On pole here at the Jennerstown Speedway, it's Tony Green in the Golden Corral machine. First pole for this young rookie. Racing another stock car league. Nick Pericles with a great qualifying effort to his outside. They fan out in turns number 1 and 2. And Tony Green is going to steal the race lead away. The inside line getting a bit of an advantage as Caitlin Sang is going to follow underneath. Tony Green, a stock car racer, usually runs around with lower funded operations, but got a good ride today. However, a couple laps later, Caitlin Sang in the number 07 machine would steal the lead away from Tony Green. Caitlin Sang out of New York of Chinese descent, driving that ICC machine, and haven't really seen her much in race number 1 this year, but so far really impressing out on the racetrack as she started to pull away from the number 32 machine. Tony Green still hanging on to that second place spot as the gap is just widening between the two race cars. Sang just really pulling out in these early stages of the event as things start to get a little bit more single file up near the front. John Bunnell, car number 53, says he's got a great car underneath him tonight. He did really well in practice and was one of the fastest cars over there, so they're really confident today. Haven't talked too much about Bunnell this season, but I'm surprised people haven't talked about that paint scheme. It's quite the eccentric one. Prudence Littlejohn, a couple spots behind him, also feels like she's got a good car underneath her. She's hoping for a good race tonight. This is DJ Kurtis in the 33. He's mired all the way back in 28th place. Eugene DeMax and Tylor Thaber are also near the back, so a lot of the championship guys, Kurtis being the points leader going into this event, gonna have to work their way through the field if they want to stay up near the top of the standings. But hopefully the pilot machine can navigate this traffic. Ooh, got a little bit loose coming out of turn number 2, which some drivers feel is going to be a problem area on this racetrack. Caitlin Sang has absolutely booked it from the rest of the field. You can barely see in her rearview mirror. And now she's already caught up to lap traffic after only 19 laps of this event. That's Aiden Shepard in the number 14, finished last in the HARC Canada points last year, hoping for a little bit better of a run, but running 42nd right now, not having the day that he was hoping for. A couple other drivers near the back there, like Tommy Turbo in the 3, Jim Gambit in the 44, Mifune Sanjuro. There's Tylor Thaber starting near the tail end of the field. In fact, Thaber started really well in this race. He's dropped like a rock in that number 900 machine. I think he had a spot outside the top 10. But Caitlin Sang, dealing with this lap traffic, this could slow her down and allow the 32 car to catch up. As you can start to see that white and red number 32 in the background. And oh, we got a smoker on the inside line. That's Fred Flintstone. We've got to report the caution is out for that car. Let's see what happens as the 07 car racing her way back, trying to get by this lap traffic. Fred Flintstone wrecked out last week while running up front. He's up front again and has a mechanical issue. Fred Flintstone just had a rough day, and you would think that a car that's powered by feet would not have a mechanical issue. Sadly, Fred Flintstone is yabba dabba done for today. An absolute shame. Caitlin Sang, car number 07, leads them back to the green. She's got 3 lap cars in between herself and Tony Green. That's Gambit, Shepard, and Turbo. So Green's going to have to work his way up past those lap cars to catch Caitlin Sang. Already gets by Tommy Turbo. Now he's setting his sights on Aiden Shepard, car number 14. Sang's going to have to try and pull away. Hasn't been able to do so at the moment. William Duncan hoping for a good race today. He's going to run to the prom. Prudence Littlejohn has to check up. He gets into the inside wall. And William Duncan, just awful luck for him in the HARC Tour. Let's get another angle of that. Yeah, just runs into the back of the 31 car and just ends up plowing in that inside wall that Joshua Michaels hit last year in the U.S. Tour race. William Duncan would be done for today and not too happy with Prudence Littlejohn, though I'm not sure if she really did much wrong there other than trying to save the car from spinning. Caitlin Sang leads them back on the restart, but now only 1 car between herself and Tony Green, and Tony Green starting to look to the inside of Jim Gambit. Gambit sliding up the racetrack, and Tony Green sees his window of opportunity. He's going to try and pass by on the inside line. Can he get it done? He will. He's got 1 more car to pass, and he can get that race lead back. Can he catch Caitlin Sang? Green's been really good on the short run, but Caitlin Sang's been able to pull away on the long run, and the caution is out yet again. Cautions are breeding cautions today. As let's see what happened. So Jonathan King to the outside line. Derek Hamill just gets way too aggressive. That's the points leader of DJ Kurtis involved. King with a hard hit, but DJ Kurtis involved as well, and he's going to collect some other cars. Let's take a look at this. Car number 33 spins, slides back up the racetrack, collects Van Evenhoven. There's Endumian, Acevedo, Voiles, Nutt. A lot of cars involved in this one. It's an absolute mess in turn number 3 and 4, and DJ Kurtis, your points leader, is going to be done for today. Let's take a look at this from another angle. A lot of cars going to go out during this race. Van Evenhoven, Endumian, Cortez, Guerra, Nutt, and Knight all are going to go out with some form of damage, either mechanical or bodywork damage. So already a lot of cars out of this event, the rest of them with some damage. Sang is going to keep the race lead, but here comes Tony Green to the inside line. Can he get it done? Turns 3 and 4. Caitlin Sang stuck on that high side. Can't get it down low. And she's going to lose the lead to Tony Green and might lose second to Damir Bejinov, the Kazakhstani driver. He's going to look low. There's going 3 wide with herself, Justin Carter in the 85 in the lap car of Aiden Shepard, trying to hang on to that third place spot, but she's stuck in a bad position on the racetrack. And I think she's going to lose quite a few positions at the current time. Blake Camphausen is going to get loose on the outside lane, collect Tony Tavolares and Benoit Lothair Irvine, and this is going to be a big stack up again in turn number 3. Tylor Thaber, Eugene DeMax again. The 45 of Grayson Acevedo again. Let's take a look at this one. A couple of cars getting involved in this one, and Sebastian Torres got some pretty heavy damage. I'm not sure if any of these guys would go out of the race. I think Camphausen might have retired his entry after that incident. Tony Green leads them to the green flag after that caution. And Damir Bejinov trying to follow close behind. John Bundle was able to get by Justin Carter on the way back to the caution as they race back. John Bundle, who has that great car, as he was bragging about all weekend long, he'd be someone to watch out for. You saw the 15 car heading down pit road yet again. Pass for the race lead. Damir Bejinov, car number 13, trying to steal it away. And he will take it. Now it's a battle for second as Justin Carter in that purple number 85 tries to steal the spot away. Here comes Chris Dodd, John Bundle, and Tony Green just gets absolutely blown past on the start. We thought it was going to be a Green and Sang kind of night, but now there's some new faces up front. Damir Bejinov, driver with probably the most experience on track of anyone here. He's the only one of the few drivers to be around since HARC Season 1, when it was the HARC Summer Series, and he's got quite a few wins under his belt. Right now he's trying to get another one. It's been a while since he's won. He hasn't won since the 2015 season. But right now he sees a challenge from one of the rookies. That's Justin Carter, car number 85, trying to steal the race lead away. Chris Dodd's going to make it a 3-car race up front. Then it's a big gap all the way back to the 07 of Caitlin Sang, who's better on that long green flag run. Carter is going to steal the lead on the inside. Dodd's going to steal second. Bejinov is going to have to try and strike a little later on. Eugene DeMax has had a rough race as a driver near the top of the points. Did very well last week, and is going to have a mechanical issue following all of the incidents. This was expected from car number 90. Unfortunately, he's going to be done for today. And that car is going to pull down to the inside line and work its way back to pit road. Luckily, not much on the racetrack, so it will stay green. It won't be like the Fred Flintstone incident. Tylor Thaber in the 900 is trying to keep this car going. He's got a lot of damage, but they're going to keep making a lot of pit stops. Thaber made a report over the radio.
All right, boys, get out the hammers. Let's fix this car up, and let's get it back out on the track. We need to salvage as many points as we can right now.
So that number 900 team trying to get that car salvaged and just try and finish this one today. Bryn Siljohn, the number 31 machine, has been complaining over the radio. She said that contact with William Duncan has really thrown something off. She says this car is not handling well in the corners. The toe is sort of knocked out of it. So Bryn Siljohn not having that John Bunnell type day. She's starting to drop back through the pack, and she's getting passed by Kaloa Hankins and the number 0, who was not too happy with their car this weekend. So that's when you know you have a problem, if someone complaining about their car is passing you, who supposedly had a great car. Chris Dodd is trying to catch up to the 85 of Justin Carter. Damir Bejinov has lost the main group here. As we start to get close to lap traffic, that's the 15 of Irvine just ahead of them. They're going to have to try and navigate him. He's had to make a couple stops on pit road. Chris Dodd, the Puerto Rican, looking low with a big rookie sensation last season. He won the race in Oswego, which was a dirt track event, and was a competitor for the title going toward the late season. Did not win the championship, but was one of the highest performing rookies of the season. So Chris Dodd is definitely a name to watch out for. He's going to make it by Justin Carter, who's a rookie this season, and he's going to get out front in the number 88A. Dodd's had a lot of issues this season, a lot of bad luck at Homestead, Brasstown. I think he had a lot of issues at Concord last week, so hoping for much better things this time around. But here comes the 85, Justin Carter. I was wrong earlier about Blake Camphausen. He is still in the show in that 441 machine. There he is on track. I wasn't sure if he got some internal damage from that or just a lot of heavy damage. But the 441 is slow. Justin Carter's trying to look to the inside. Oh, Dodd gets knocked out of the line. Justin Carter's going to get by, and here comes Chester Harvey in the 57. He's starting to catch this main group. There's John Bunnell. You see Damir Bejanoff in the background there. He's dropped back to 5th. Carter out front now in the Welch's machine. They're still not able to get by Blake Camphausen in the 441 machine. Here comes the 88A down to the inside yet again. It's a side-by-side swapping battle for the race lead, but Chris Dodd's going to use Blake Camphausen as a pick, work his way underneath. He's got a little bit of an angle underneath the 441. Can he complete the pass? Camphausen needs to pick a line and stick with it. I was him, I would have just pulled up to the 3rd line up near the top and just let these leaders go, but he is trying to stay on the lead lap, trying to keep his position. A little further back in the pack, we mentioned Kiloa Hankins. Now, his brother, Mike Hankins, was a regular at this Speedway. He's from Maryland, but Kiloa Hankins from Hawaii was unconfident in his race car and unconfident in his ability to do well today. But he's having a great run. He currently sits 13th on track, and he's ahead of Brandon Krasta in the 09, guy who won last week. Plus, he also did well last week in Concord, so I don't see why Kiloa Hankins needs to be worried. Chris Dodd's going to put his teammate, Tommy Turbo, a lap down. This could be to Chris Dodd's benefit because last year, he and his teammate were kind of working as blockers for one another. If one was out front and the other fell down a lead lap, the other would try and block for them. I believe Dodd blocked for Turbo at one racetrack, and then Turbo blocked for Dodd at another. So let's see if that arrangement will work out here as Chester Harvey's starting to catch them in car number 57, the Hooters machine. Chester Harvey has had a couple of solid efforts that were cut short by something going wrong. The most notable one was Homestead. He had a car that could win that race, but lap traffic put a damper on his hopes to win that one. Chester Harvey trying to get done, but Tommy Turbo passing to the inside of Chris Dodd. I'm not sure if that was planned or if there's just no team orders over at that race team. CJ Racing, the team that owns both of those entries. As now, looks like Dodd's going to have to try and chase the number 3 again. Lap car of Tavalar is right behind Harvey. That's going to hold up Carter a little bit. That's going to give him an obstacle. Dodd's going to work his way back around his teammate. I can see why Turbo would want to stay in the lead lap because he wants to try and compete near the end here. But that's not really helping his teammate too much, as now Justin Carter in the 85 able to get by Tavalares, able to get by Harvey. Now he has his sights set on the lead. It looks to be a 3-car battle out front, as Damir Bejanoff seems to not have the equipment to compete with these 3. So we'll have to see which of them can get done. But if we get a late race caution, that could put a damper on things. We're in the closing stages of this one. They're going to work their way by Tommy Turbo in car number 3. He will no longer be an issue for them, as now they only have one blue race car to try and catch. Who can get it done? We still have a little bit of ways to the lap traffic, but Chester Harvey in the number 57 thinks he's got the better shot at catching car number 88A, as he is going to pass Carter on the inside line. Harvey trying to make a lunge toward car number 88. He's going to drift up a little bit. Carter starting to catch up. Turbo starting to catch up. Turbo not going to pull any dirty tricks out there. His goal was just to maybe slow these two down. Not going to try and do anything crazy or illegal. But here comes Justin Carter in the 85. He's going to try and make a challenge to the inside. Now, the good thing is that they're gaining positions if they get by one another. But if they are just not going to be able to catch that 88 machine, if they keep battling like this, it's going to slow both of them down. So right now, it's currently a battle for second. They're getting a little bit greedy for that spot, not working together too well. We have to shout out in the late stages of this event, William Brock. Last year was not a good season for William Brock. Had a lot of issues all season long, a lot of bad luck. But this year has been fairly decent for him, other than Brasstown. And right now, it's his 10th place on the racetrack, and he's been kind of trading spots with Max Anderson in the 43 machine. So great job for William Brock. A really good turnaround from the previous season. Been rooting for this team to get some success done. Tony Green in car number 32, your pole sitter for today's event, has dropped through the field. He's reporting that something feels amiss in that number 32 machine. Not too confident, and there it goes. On lap 122 of 125, Tony Green, the pole sitter, is going to lose the motor in that number 32 Golden Corral machine, and that is going to be the end of his race with just 3 or 4 laps to go. What a heartbreaker for Tony Green, who was having a career performance out front. But with 2 laps to go, Chris Dodd out front. He gets by Jake Baskinger in that new livery on the number 10. They did that to make it look less like Gavin Moore's car. His spotter was having an issue. Car number 88A, catching up on the lap car of Mifune Sanjuro. White flag is in the air. Can Chris Dodd get it done? Chester Harvey trying to chase him down in the number 57 machine. Can he get it done? The gap seems to be a little too big. Sanjuro in the wall. Can the 88 get by Sanjuro? He will. Harvey is catching up. He's going to be 1 lap too short. Shades of Sean Angel last year. Chris Dodd gets his second career HARC Pro Series victory here at the Jennerstown Speedway. Great job for this young rookie. One of the hottest rookies on the scene and a fan favorite in the stand. So congratulations to Chris Dodd getting it done here in Pennsylvania.